that live stream. So, this live stream where, tech isn't just cool, it saves you crores. So, old tech, when we talk about old tech, it's simply like burning, but money burning while you sip your coffee. But with Gammatek ISPL, we just saved lakhs before you even logged in. So, tech would be, type tech is money if you are ready for reviews that saves you crores. So, when we talk about all these, let's be, very brutally honest for a second, that every single company, no matter how shiny their offices are, their office look or has, but there has to be, has a dirty little secret, that outdated tech. You know, what I am talking about, right, is let's break it down. So old CCTV, cameras that no one checks about. We have invested in security, but the reality is, guys, CCTV footage is either gathering dust on a hard device, or a hard drive, or being watched after the incident. Like binge watching a thriller while, spoiler already known. For example, I'm going to give you is a worker, steals materials at 3 p.m. Security team reviews footage, at 3 p.m. Boss saying, oh my god, oh no, who did this? Or, while the thief is already home watching Netflix. So, the verdict would be you didn't prevent the crime. You created a replay, theater. WhatsApp groups replacing, control room, and every company has that one giant WhatsApp group, with 200 plus peoples, where half the time someone, wishing good morning, and other the half someone sending memes. But meanwhile, guys, emergencies get lost between emojis. For example, machines break down, alert is sent. Buried under 47, noted server message. But by the time, action is taken, production loss equals to lakhs. And WhatsApp is great for birthday messages, but not for managing real time operations. That's like using a paperboard in a flood. you know Excel sheets that eats more hours than they save. That's the holy grail of old school management. Excel, that is Excel. And don't get me wrong, that it's powerful, but when Excel becomes your control tower, disaster is only a matter of time. Ours botched in copy paste. One wrong formula leads to, $1 million error. An Excel master in the office, treated like a magician nobody else can understand. But an intern dragged the wrong call, and sales forecast, drops from 10 crores to rupees 10. And panic meeting is called. Boss was asked, "Are we bankrupt?" Something like that, and that turned out to it was just an Excel typo. And the result of these old ways was really wasted times, or wasted opportunities, wasted salaries. And the worst of all, the worst part is people know that it's broken, but still continues because managers loves to say, we'll manage. But translation of all these would be, we'll burn more money, lost more time, and pretend it's okay. So here's the truth about all these things. Company aren't losing money because competition is smarter. They are losing, because their own tools are dumb, and the longer they stick with old ways, the more they bleed. So we have spent the like last few minutes laughing on the chaos, broken systems, and and the old ways. But now it's time for the entry of the hero entry when we talk. So meets today real star, that is Gammatek ISPL products. Now just another, it's not just another software company, not just another shiny empire, that you download and forget. This is a profit engine when we talk about all these things. And and unlike other tech reviews, where people unbox gadgets, I'm going to unbox hidden money for you. Because the best tech isn't the one with fancy packaging, but the best tech is the one that that saves you lakhs, crores, and most importantly time. So let's review it the way CEOs, managers, and workers really care about, through real life stories, true stories, or proof that hits you, balance sheets. So, the story number one review would be the ghost employees. So here's the first case I'm going to tell you guys, that is payrolls would be my generate, 200 employees, but Gammatek ISPL says that 185 real workers. That means 15 fake names and ghost employees. But do you know what 15 ghost salaries equals? That's literally 3 lakhs wasted every single month, and 36 lakhs wasted every single year. Now pause and think. How many companies are leaking money like this and don't even know about it, or don't even realize about all these things? But with Gammatek ISPL, the leak stopped instantly. In fact, I call this the first unboxing review, where the box literally had hidden cash inside. The verdict would be like this. This isn't just HR software. This is like hiding Sherlock Holmes with a calculator. And the best part of all these things is he saves you money instead of sending you an invoice. So the story number two would be the machine downtime. So let's move to a shop floor. Just imagine, one client had a machine, looked fine, sounded very fine, working fine, but beneath the surface, it was crying for help. Tiny vibration spikes. Invisible to human eye or ignored by traditional monitoring. But Gammatek ISPL, predict AI, didn't ignore it. It flagged the anomaly, engineers fix the issue in 20 minutes. And the alternate scenario would be the machine would have crashed, and the production line literally halted for 2 full days. And the estimated, loss would be 2.5 crores. And the review verdict would be like, this AI doesn't prevent downtime, and it literally prints profits by saving you from invisible disasters. So imagine being able to sleep at night knowing your machines are smarter than your competitors, managers. So yeah, the story review 3 would be the fire prevention. And and how the most powerful story, fire. A client warehouse with a tiny smoke trace, I guess, yeah. It was normally invisible, with no human would have noticed. But with Gammatek ISPL, it did. With the help of its software, it literally did, why and how I'm going to tell you, by system triggered, that sparkle auto fired, and the damage was zero, literally zero. It it costed in a way that it saved life, asset was saved. And do you know the cost? What was the cost that avoided? At least 10 crores. So and beyond money, peace of mind that no review score can buy. Verdict would be 5 star. So the only review where you don't clap for product, you clap because people made it out alive. And so when I say Gammatek ISPL is a hero, I mean it, because this isn't software company, this is about saving, safety, and survival. Other tech reviews ends with should you buy this gadget, but this review ends differently because can you afford not to have this? Because while others are losing crores in silence, you will save, crores in confidence. That's the ISPL guarantee, you will be saving, crores in confidence. So let's pause here because, forget the meme, forget the hype, forget the buzzwords. At its, and its at its core, business is built on one truth, that is every single counts, and the harsh reality nobody likes to calculate that every wasted second is equals to lost revenues, every fake salaries equals to profit leaking silently, every breakdown equals to opportunity gone forever. And most company don't see it because they shrug it off, literally it just 5 minutes lost. But let me show you, what those small leaks really mean in hard numbers. So, the math of loss would be case one, when I'm going to tell you, would be like, time wasted. So, if one machine, waste 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes into, 300 working days is equal to 3000, minutes per year. That's 50 hours lost. And to be very honest, if the machine generates 1 lakh per hour, that would be 50 lakhs gone. So just from 10 minutes a day, now multiply that across 20 machines. That's 10 crores gone annually, and you didn't even realize it. So that was it. The second case study, would be like the fake salaries. So guys, payroll fraud isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about companies literally bleeding money into thin air. For example, 15 ghost employees by 20,000 per month is equals to 3 lakhs lost monthly. That's 33 lakhs per year. And stretch that to, 5 years, that equals to 1.8 crores silently vanishing. That's not a salary budget, that's your R&D budget. That's your expansion fund, and that's the new factory you never built. And the third case would be the downtime disasters. So guys, one breakdown that is equals to lakhs per hour. And imagine a single critical machine halting production for 48 hours, and at 5 lakhs per hour, that equals to 2.5 crores gone. And the worst part is, client doesn't care about your excuses. They only care about deadline missed. And this is where Gammatek ISPL, steps in. It's not a nice to have gadget. It's a shield against, leaks, chaos, and loss. And it turns wasted seconds into saving. It transforms invisible risk into visible opportunities. It also, recalls profit you didn't even know you were losing. You know, that's not hype. That's not theory. It's a math plus proof. And we have shown you, the number, you know, and every time these things are going to happen, we just have to remember that we can't do this to ourselves, right? Because our loss is our loss. So, ask yourself right now that how many seconds are leaking away in your company, or how many crores are silently vanishing while you are busy firefighting. But with the Karmatic ISPL, every second pays back. Every rupee invested becomes a profit multiplier. Every leak is plugged before it becomes a flood. In the factory of tomorrow, guys, time isn't just money. Time is new currency, and Gammatic ISPLs, make sure you never run out of it. So, if Gammatic ISPL could roast your office, what would want it to be, wanted to catch? Would be ghost Wi-Fi users, or coffee machine downtime, fake overtime logs, lazy intern sleeping. So something like that, and old tech that, always equals to losses. Smart tech is always saving. So tell your boss, that upgrade to a Gammatek ISPL or keep paying salaries to ghost employees, named as per. So my final lines would be like, this is not just a review, this is a business survival guide. And old tech would, so I just wanted to, share my thoughts with you guys. So yeah, bye bye guys. I'll meet you guys in the next live stream.